TNA Wrestling. Cross the line. Last Thursday, on an earth-shattering edition of Impact, Hernandez made his triumphant return to action.
I want the whole world to know I'm going to be the first TNA World Heavyweight Champion that's a Latino. ¿Te gusta or no?
MMA superstar Bobby Lashley made his TNA intentions clear.
I'm still hungry. I still want titles. I still want to run this show, but you guys want to steal titles from people.
And the hardcore legend, Mick Foley, shocked the world by capturing the Legends title with an assist from the icon Sting. Has the main event mafia finally reached a breaking point? Plus, AJ Styles has taken round one in the best of three series to see who will face Sting and Kurt Angle for the TNA World Heavyweight title at Hard Justice. Tonight, will the Blueprint Matt Morgan even the score, or will the Phenomenal One clinch his shot at gold?
Matt Morgan, you're looking for a fight? You have found it.
Earlier today, there was a surprise when the limo arrived at the Impact Zone.
Ready to go?
Yeah, buddy.
Big time now.
Hey, this is going to be a good thing for all of us.
Tonight on Impact, get ready for match number 2 in the best of 3 series between the phenomenal AJ Styles and the Blueprint Matt Morgan. Plus, the icon Sting returns to the ring against Brutus Magnus of the British Invasion. To go to war to get reactions from Mick Foley. Let's go to JB.
Well, my friend, I can honestly tell you I never thought I would see the day Eric Young and Kurt Angle side by side, embracing in the middle of the six-sided ring together. What's this about?
Hey, it's the wrestling business, JB. Anything can and will happen. Eventually, everybody's ego takes over, and they think they're bigger than the business. Trust me, JB, nobody is bigger than the business. No one person is bigger than TNA.
What do you intend to do about all this?
What do I intend to do? I'm going to war, JB. That's what I intend to do. Strap yourself in, because I have a feeling that this night will be one that neither one of us will ever forget.
It's showtime, Mick.
Let's do it.
To get Daniel's comments on the deal that Kurt Angle struck with Eric Young, let's send it to the back and our broadcast colleague, Lauren.
Daniels, Eric Young has drawn the line in the sand, and it appears that tonight he wants to start by making an example out of you.
He wants to make an example out of me? Well, shame on him. After everything we fought for the last 7 years, this is how he repays the fans, the American fans, for their loyalty to TNA? You know what? Screw Eric Young, Lauren. He wants us to stand up and take notice of him? Well, I have. What is it, Eric? You didn't have enough attention as a kid? Is that what it is? Why don't you be a man? For once in your life, stand up and be a man.
Daniels, I'm just trying to give you fair warning. I know that your match is against Eric Young tonight, but he's out there waiting in the ring with Kiyoshi and Bashir.
Dude,
really?
Dude, look at
guys.
this. I know. I can't believe it either. Hold on.
Are you kidding me?
It's real.
Is it real?
It's real.
Some sort of futuristic
Some
magical
sort of
eye?
Some sort of
Are you
filming
kidding?
device. You see, I think this is how the fans get their MTV, machine gun
Oh,
TV. What they do is they point
right.
this at us.
Sorry.
That light turns red. It's like magic.
A TV camera. That's
Exactly.
right,
Yep.
man. Dude, I mean, you'd think we'd have forgotten since we haven't been on TV in so long.
Oh, my God!
Hey, get your hands off me. Do you see what's going on around here? Huh? Your jobs are in jeopardy.
Our jobs are in jeopardy. No kidding. We haven't been on TV in a month.
Hey, keep your mouth shut, Alex. You think this is funny? Huh? You guys haven't been on TV because you haven't been doing anything to get noticed. These guys in there are taking our spots one by one. While you guys are acting like immature jackasses carrying signs around the impact zone, they're doing something to get noticed. You guys want to be noticed? You want to be on TV? Then let's go out there and let's fight this fight.
Onward, young soldier.
I mean, we could try it.
And there you see him, the TNA traitor, turncoat Eric Young. He's ready to do battle, and now he's aligned with the main event Mafia through World Elite.
His opponent accompanied to the ring by the Motor City Machine Guns from the City of Angels,
Well, Eric Young has his World Elite members, Sheikh Abdul Bashir and Kiyoshi, positioned at ringside for this one-on-one matchup. Because of that, I think it's a good move for Daniels to bring back up as well. It's just that I'm not sure that Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley, the Motor City Machine Guns, that they're the right people to trust.
I'm pretty sure if they knew that they were going to be on TV, they would have got dressed up for the occasion, but I question Daniel's judgment bringing those guys out. I mean, hey, but I will say this about Daniels. He made a good point about the World Elite and Eric Young. Hey, he's right. The World Elite are getting noticed. They're out here doing something. They're making a stand. They're not sitting back in the wings. You got to respect that with the World Elite. You got to respect that with the main event Mafia. It's the squeaky wheel that always gets the grease, and more people should realize that.
And then when it comes to that association between World Elite and the main event Mafia, remember what Eric Young said, we are willing to do whatever it takes.
Well, Daniel's fighting for his TNA existence right now, and well, good move by Kiyoshi right there. Just, he realized it wasn't the right time. Whoa, suicide dive.
And as he flies through the ropes and down to the floor, you see the double clothesline. Sheikh Abdul Bashir gets involved in. Are we bothering the Motor City Machine Guns out here?
Well, the good thing about the Guns is they abide by the rules. They know they're not out here to interfere. I mean, it's a match between Eric Young and Daniels.
Eric Young quickly for the cover and gets the 2 count on Daniels. While Sabin and Shelley are paging through magazines.
Magazines? Maybe to the untrained eye, Mike, today, but those right there are video game instruction manuals. Jeez. Get with this century, will you?
Right back on the cover, and EY almost had Daniels defeated. That thanks to not only the indifference of the Motor City Machine Guns, but that blatant interference from World Elite that you just seem to gloss right over.
The key is it's the bond that the World Elite has. You can see they're all on the same page. Bashir, Kiyoshi, they're out here giving encouragement to Eric Young. The Guns, hey, they're in their own world. Daniels calling them to help. Crazy move. But the key is 1, 2. The key is, though, is just how strong this group has become since we've seen them form here in TNA.
Big time backdrop style back suplex by Eric Young. And you know, what we've seen as we look over the shoulders of the Guns at ringside, what we've seen from Eric Young and watching him with his offense directed at the head and the neck of Daniels, it tells me that he's trying to wear him down and potentially go for that vicious pile driver that we saw him deliver to AJ Styles.
It also shows me what a serious wrestler that Eric Young is. Nobody realizes that. And it's time that he's proved it to everybody. I mean, he's got the whole new look. I mean, you got to like the sleek haircut he's got. I mean, the guy is out to prove something that he's not a comedy act. He's doing a heck of a job.
Coming off that huge win over Samoa Joe last week, we will talk to Supermax Hernandez later tonight. A very revealing interview as Eric Young stops the momentum immediately of Daniels. Connects with the spinning neck breaker. Oh, come on. We're giving them now way too much camera time.
The camera had a great shot of this crossface right in between the Guns. And you can see, look at Eric Young just pulling back on it. He's in total control of this matchup.
Also, Matt Morgan going to try and even up that best-of-3 series with AJ Styles. Keep in mind, the winner of that best-of-3 match series will go on to the main event, the TNA World Heavyweight Championship match at Hard Justice against the TNA champion Kurt Angle and the Icon Sting. Here he goes, high risk from the top. Moonsault caught nothing but canvas on the way down.
Took just a little too long. Daniels took advantage of the hesitation. I'll tell you, though, about that matchup later on, I'm going to say this. Matt Morgan will be prepared. He's watched that match over 100 times. It happened last week. I look for a different result tonight.
Series of impactful moves, punctuated with a spin kick and then the high running knee into the chest. Daniels going to position EY up on the top on the open hand cold thrust. That rocked him.
You can hear that all the way over here, buddy.
From the necktie position, look out! Powered him down to the mat. Daniels the cover, the lateral press, and gets 2.
Most people that have been it right there, but Eric Young just got a little something extra right now. I mean, he's got a cause to fight for.
Again, you see Daniels right back to it. Connects, power bomb right into the pin, and another near fall. Eric Young able to avoid the 3 count that time barely.
Daniels has got to be getting frustrated. I mean, he's giving him his best. He's giving him everything he's got. Here's another shot. Let's see if this is enough.
And that is usually the move that Daniels uses to set up the BME. Best moonsault ever, and there it is.
Ah, the quickness of Eric Young, though, as he gets out of the way.
How about the reaction of Daniels to land on his feet, attempted the Angel's Wing. Kiyoshi came into the ring, and he sprayed him right in the eyes with the mist, while Sheik Abdul-Bashir on the far side was distracting the referee. And again, we get nothing but indifference from Shelley and Sabin.
Well, I'll tell you, here comes the pile driver. Oh! Good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite.
Here is your winner.
Oh, we talked about that unwritten locker room code that you do not use the pile driver because of the potential for injury to the neck and the spine. And Eric Young just broke that code again.
Not really a code. I think it's just guidelines as far as Eric Young is concerned, and they're not following them. Oh, I guess there wasn't any instructions in the manual for what Bashir and Kiyoshi just did.
What a huge night for Eric Young. The victory over Daniels and the World Elites Association with the Main Event Mafia.
On August 16th, TNA Wrestling presents Hard Justice.
TNA's gonna burn it down.
It's the return of the Steel Asylum, TNA's true test of survival, combining the imprisonment of the cage and the insanity of the Ultimate X.
I love the way she turn around.
The big man is back!
I become the teacher, Joe becomes the student, and Joe is on everybody's radar. Be sure if you can but survive. If he lets you.
How will Kurt Angle and company exploit their power, their control, and their dominance?
Look me in the eye, Mick Foley. Now, I'm the man, not you. I'm the man. I could kick your ass to the curb right now if I wanted to.
I could put you in a couple places. Here go one shot block just for all you player haters.
The MMA star, the World Wrestling Champion, Bobby Lashley, taking it to the Main Event Mafia.
TNA, watch it, burn it down, mommy, drop it low.
The total domination of the Main Event Mafia. It's in jeopardy because of one man, Bobby Lashley.
TNA Wrestling presents Hard Justice. Live Sunday, August 16th, only on pay-per-view.
It's Mike Tenay, it's Don West at ringside, and ladies and gentlemen, this is what we have for you tonight, right here on Impact.
Big Rob Terry and Doug Williams of the British Invasion are going to team up with the TNA Tag Team Champions, Booker T and Scott Steiner, to take on Team 3D and Beer Money Incorporated.
What an 8-man tag that's going to be. Also, we will hear from Supermex, Big Hernandez, off the upset win over Samoa Joe.
And it's round 2 between Matt Morgan and AJ Styles. Remember, the winner out of 2 out of 3 goes to the main event in Hard Justice to face Sting and the world champion Kurt Angle.
And speaking of main events, the main event tonight, right here on Impact, it's the return of the Icon Sting to the Impact Zone as he takes on Brutus Magnus of the British Invasion. To get comments on that big 8-man tag later tonight, let's hear from Beer Money in 3D.
I'm here with Team 3D and Beer Money, and gentlemen, even though I know both teams here have a very checkered past together, it seems that the World Elite and Main Event Mafia have given you no other choice than to put your differences aside and fight together as one unit.
Differences? Lauren, let's not talk about the past. Let's not talk about the history between Beer Money and Team 3D. Let's talk about Eric Young. Lauren, if there's anyone in this company that knows Eric Young better, it's me. Both of us, fellow Canadians, growing up together in Canada with dreams and aspirations to becoming huge stars in this sport. We traveled all over North America together, up and down the roads, way before TNA ever existed. And this isn't even about what he did to us a couple weeks ago. I think Eric Young forgets the day that he begged Jeff Jarrett for a job, for an opportunity in this company. And I'm not going to lie. I was there with him. We both did. And Jeff Jarrett gave us that opportunity. And whether or not Jeff Jarrett and I see eye to eye right now, that's a completely different story. But what is the story, Lauren? What is the story is the fact that Eric Young is running rampant around here, and I'm not going to stand for it. I'll be damned, Eric Young, if you're going to dictate my future.
Yo, you think you're pissed at Eric Young? I can understand why Beer Money is pissed at Eric Young. But nobody's got more reason to be mad than me and my brother Devon. Last week in a tables match, Team 3D and the British Invasion, my brother Devon had the match won. Eric Young, you came in, you picked up that IWGP belt, and you cranked him square across the head. You flipped the pile. Go back to the videotape. I know it. You know it. The whole world knows it. Most importantly, every TNA fan knows it. Beer Money's pissed. I'm triple pissed. He's so pissed, he might not even say testify. Your head on a silver platter is what we are about to give those fans. And British Invasion, you big tea-sipping, crumpet-eating fairies, we ain't forgot about you. Oh, my brother! Testify!
I want to apologize to the children at home watching for Brother Ray's language.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following is an 8-man tag team contest scheduled for one fall. Introducing team number 1, accompanied by Brutus Magnus and representing World Elite, Big Rob and Doug Williams, the British Invasion.
Last week, the British Invasion made history. It was our 200th episode of Impact, and they won their first championship. As we heard Brother Ray say, it was thanks to Eric Young and World Elite that Brutus Magnus and Doug Williams defeated Team 3D in their trademark tables match. They have become IWGP New Japan World Tag Team Champions. Tonight, a different pairing. It's Doug Williams and Big Rob Terry.
Their tag team partners, representing the Main Event Mafia, the TNA World Tag Team Champions, Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner, and accompanied by Sharmell Booker T.
Sunday, August the 16th, TNA back on pay-per-view at Hard Justice, and there will be 2 new tag team champions making their first title defenses. Not only will the British Invasion be facing Beer Money Incorporated, James Storm and Robert Roode, but also the Main Event Mafia duo of Booker T and that man, Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner, off their big title win at Victory Road. They will be putting up the TNA World Tag Team Championship belts on the line against Brother Ray and Brother Devon, Team 3D.
A lot of gold on that side of the ring, Mike.
Their opponents first, Cowboy James Storm and Robert Roode, the team of Beer Money Incorporated.
You take a look at tonight's 8-man tag team match, and that's going to act as a preview for the 2 championship bouts at Hard Justice. Here they come, the three-time TNA World Tag Team title holders, Beer Money Incorporated, and they will get the opportunity to face the British Invasion August 16th for the New Japan IWGP Tag Team titles as James Storm and Robert Roode look to take back the power from World Elite.
I mean, you got to admit, you had to be a little impressed with the fire that Robert Roode showed earlier. Beer Money, it's about time they got serious. I just don't think it's going to be enough.
And their tag team partners from New York City, Brother Ray and Brother Devon, they are Team 3D!
For the 22-time World Tag Team Champions, strange position to be in. Almost become commonplace to see Team 3D wearing tag team gold. Second nature to see Brother Ray and Brother Devon with the belts, but that's no longer the case. The opening bell for our 8-man tag when we return to Impact. And there you hear it. The opening audio, it's the opening bell for this 8-man tag team matchup, and it starts off with Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner and Brother Ray of Team 3D. And how about Steiner taking Brother Ray and bringing him right down in the corner, and now he's going to take the shortcut by raking the eyes.
I mean, just coming at him, just big heavy boots on Brother Ray. The confidence that Scott Steiner is showing, it's unreal. You think he might have been a little intimidated after that speech? These guys, they're just so focused on the task at hand. Look at that scoop and slam. Not many people can do that to Brother Ray. Child's play for Big Papa Pump.
TNA knockouts are on fire, and Don, we will see them in tag team action later tonight.
Absolutely. For those of you that want to see Alyssa Flash and Sarita back in the ring again, they'll be on opposite sides as Tracy and Taylor Wilde will join them. Steiner gets a shoulder up in time, but you don't want to miss the knockouts coming up.
First, it's the side slam by Brother Ray, then the big splash into the pin, but Steiner able to avoid the 3 count on both occasions. Also tonight, it's the return to the ring of the Icon Sting, and wait till you hear from Supermex, Big Hernandez, coming off that stunner, the victory over Samoa Joe on Impact, and we will talk to him about many subjects, including his background, his history here in TNA.
Well, impressive what he did last week to Samoa Joe. I mean, it was just something to watch. But I'm watching right now the chemistry as we see this new alliance. British Invasion, Main Event Mafia. Might be a little rough at first, but I think as they get going, they're going to get really insane.
And how about the fact that we're going to see Big Rob Terry in action? We've seen him as the insurance policy, the muscle man at ringside for Brutus Magnus and Doug Williams, who's on the receiving end of those shots from Brother Devon. And tonight we see him in-ring action in this 8-man tag.
Well, you can see now that Beer Money Incorporated and Team 3D kind of taking control of this matchup, but Doug Williams, that's what you got to do. You got to be resilient. You got to be able to take advantage of a situation. Look how he turned this thing around.
Well, all of a sudden we see the World Elite and the Main Event Mafia not only joining forces with that pack that was struck by Kurt Angle and Eric Young, but as you can see in this tag team match, World Elite, Main Event Mafia on the same side. Impactful move by Storm, right into the pin, and Doug Williams barely was able to get the shoulder up before 3.
I got to see Big Rob Terry in there. I mean, it's the curious factor. We're all wondering what he can do. I mean, the guy just looks so powerful. Need to get a tag. Nice boot, though, by Storm.
Running neck breaker is the follow move, right into another pin attempt. And James Storm almost putting away World Elite British Invasion member Doug Williams, now with an assist from his Beer Money tag team partner Robert Roode. They hit the double team suplex.
Well, Williams in trouble here. He's got to get over. Here's a good opportunity for him right now while Beer Money's playing to the crowd.
Crowd at the Impact Zone fired up for Storm and Roode, and you asked for Big Rob Terry, and you got it. As soon as they turned around, he decks both Storm and Roode with the double clothesline.
That's a big old boy, Mike Tenay.
Look at this power. Takes Roode up with ease, plants him dead center in the middle of the ring, and you just saw Roode's back bow up from that powerful slam.
I mean, when you think about being in a ring with Brother Ray and Brother Devon of 3D and the size of Steiner and Booker T, not too many people can be that intimidating to look at, but Rob Terry is one of those guys.
In tight with that short arm clothesline, and Roode's going to try and get one of his tag team partners involved in this match. Big Rob continues the beat down. Don, you've been talking about this power display, intimidation factor when it comes to Big Rob Terry. and he takes him up to the shoulder, going to go for a running power slam, but instead, Rude able to slide down his back. Knife edge chop, kick to the back, and a series of offensive moves before Terry goes back to the power game, puts on the brakes, but then walks right into the boot.
Showing his inexperience a little bit there. Robert Roode making him pay. What a shot.
Snaps the neck off the middle rope. Referee down for the pin, and immediately here comes Steiner and Williams in for the save. And man, all hell just broke loose now. All 8 men in this 8-man tag involved in the match.
I'll tell you, this thing's broken down. There's no way the crowd can hold this. As you see bodies starting to fly. Nice shot on the head there by Brother Ray. Doug Williams trying to look for a partner, but I don't think there's one there to hit.
Brother Ray with the slam. Brother Devon heads to the top. It's what's up time at the impact zone. Here comes Devon. That's a long way to go. Right on target.
He covered the distance, and you can see Williams in pain. Team 3D wanting to finish this thing up. Brutus Magnus.
You know, in all my years in the wrestling business, I don't think I've ever seen anything as wild as what just went down. You know, not even at the height of the NWO. And ladies and gentlemen, let's go back. Let's take...
Devastating, Mike.
This brawl, this riot.
Thank God.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following is a knockout tag team contest scheduled for one fall. Introducing team number 1. First, from San Francisco, California, the future legend, Alyssa Flash.
Well, we are going to do our best to try and regroup on this wild and out-of-control edition of Impact. And let's take you back to singles action from last month as Alyssa Flash and Sarita debuted.
You talk about a debut. These two put on a show. I mean, more people have come to me and talked about Sarita and this new star. Who is she? Alyssa Flash? I've been looking forward to those two meeting in the ring again, and we're going to get it here in just a few seconds. Alyssa Flash, Sarita on opposite sides in this matchup.
Her tag team partner, representing the Main Event Mafia from St. Mary's, Ontario, Canada, Tracy Brooks.
While we're covering the past activities of the TNA Knockouts, let's take you back to 2 weeks ago right here on Impact when Knockout Law, Tracy, took advantage of a loophole in the rules.
Well, the rules stated last knockout standing, and you got to give this woman credit. She waited for the precise moment, the exact time, and then flipped Tara and Kong over the ropes. She was the last knockout standing, and although I wish it would have been one of the beautiful people, Tracy Brooks, not a bad substitute to join the Main Event Mafia.
She's the chosen one when it comes to the knockouts and the Main Event Mafia.
Their opponents first from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, Taylor Wilde.
You hear Taylor Wilde speak from the heart last week. The former knockout champion told Tracy that as the original knockout, that Tracy was the one that all the others looked up to. She even admitted that Tracy was one of the reasons she got into wrestling, and you could tell how upset she was when Tracy told her she was too soft for the business, get a new line of work.
Keep your emotions out of it.
Her tag team partner residing in Mexico City, Sarita.
Well, Sarita's Impact debut, it was a winning one as we just reviewed in the video in the match over Alyssa Flash. But to me, it was that post-match beating that Sarita received that puts her in position to gun for revenge tonight in this tag team match. And you know what? I still can't get over that brawl.
No, it's hard to concentrate on this. Thank God we got beautiful things to look at. It's going to help us a little bit. But, you know, Mike, I look at Sarita, and, I mean, she's like a female X Division wrestler, you know? I mean, just such a high flyer. Taylor Wilde, also very athletic. They should be very fun. And then you think about the power that this Alyssa Flash and Tracy Brooks are going to bring. This is going to be a great matchup. two different styles on both sides of the ring.
Let me touch on it just one more time, Don. That war, that out-and-out riot that we saw, we're going to stay on top of that situation. We will have an update at the conclusion of this Knockouts Tag Team match.
As soon as we hear something, you'll hear something. And from what we understand, the police are getting things under control. You can see Taylor Wilde. Yeah, no kidding. Here comes Alyssa Flash. Now, this was a debut. Yeah, some people question what she did afterwards to Sarita. I think it was just her way of letting the entire knockout division know, I'm here, and I'm here to stay, and here these two are locking up again.
This is what you anticipated, Don. This is what you've been waiting for. When it came to the pre-match hype, I think everybody was on the side of Sarita. Alyssa Flash came to TNA almost as an unknown, and she proved in one night that she deserves to be mentioned among the top knockouts, and Sarita snaps off the Hurricane Rana.
Well, she's something else. I mean, Sarita was worldwide known. I mean, people have been talking about her and wondering if she would make it to TNA, so everybody was anticipating her debut. But I don't even think Sarita was prepared for what she saw in this Alyssa Flash. She just wasn't going to be intimidated by anyone. And these two knockouts, the newest members of the knockout division, have been so impressive.
And Sarita, Taylor Wilde going to work in tandem here.
Wow.
Sarita quickly up to the top, and
you're kidding me.
Body block to the floor. That's impressive.
Fearless, we got to see this again. Watch how smooth Sarita is. I mean, this is unbelievable. Here she goes. I mean, just poetry in motion, full extension.
And now Taylor Wilde going to go for the pin on Alyssa Flash, but no, not able to put her away. Taylor Wilde, the upset queen, catches Alyssa with that shot. Quickly reversed off into the ropes from outside. You see the interference from Tracy, but she gets kicked in the head. But never turn your back on Alyssa Flash.
How about that force? I mean, she just slammed her head into the mat, and this is what she brings to the table. Not only is she athletic, she just has that extra oomph. As you see, she goes for the pin attempt. She just has a mean streak, it seems like, that just makes her so unpredictable. Now we get to see Tracy Brooks in action, and what a kick to the gut.
The chosen one when it comes to the main event Mafia. And you know that the Mafia wants to dominate every division in TNA, Don. They currently hold the TNA World Heavyweight Championship, the TNA World Tag Team titles. They no longer have that Legends belt, but Kevin Nash has got his eye on regaining that title from Mick Foley, and you know that they have plans for Samoa Joe to win the X Division Championship, and obviously for Tracy to become the knockout title holder.
Well, he's going to get that rematch with Homicide that kind of was broken up by Hernandez, and that he'll have that at Hard Justice. Samoa Joe trying to bring that belt to the main event Mafia. But I look at these women, I look at the TNA Knockout division. It's so rich. It's so loaded with talent. There is no division in women's wrestling anywhere in the world that can even touch what the women, the Knockouts, bring here in TNA.
Oh, you mentioned Samoa Joe and Homicide for the X Division title, and wow, Taylor Wilde driven face first into the mat. That's that extra impact that you talked about from Alyssa Flash. It's Joe and Homicide at Hard Justice for the X Division title, but we will also determine a new #1 contender for that X Division championship on August 16th.
And it's going to be inside the Steel Asylum. One of the most physically challenging matches in the history of TNA, as you see Taylor Wilde throwing those elbows. The secret to the Steel Asylum, you have to escape from the inside. It is unbelievable to watch as you see these two meet right in the middle.
And I have also been informed that at Hard Justice, in that Steel Asylum match for the #1 contendership, it's the return of the former X Division champion, Suicide. That all goes down at Hard Justice. Taylor Wilde uses the free leg to kick away. Tag is into Sarita. She's legal, and here she comes against Tracy.
Alyssa Flash, takes a wicked drop kick as Sarita getting frustrated, wanting to get into the action. She's one of those that she's got so much energy, she wants to be a part of it. What a kick to the face, and look at that athleticism. But Alyssa Flash has her, but she won't give up.
Fights out of the full Nelson with the kick, and then gonna fly around and apply the submission hold here. She's got the surfboard, she's got the leg scissored at the same time, the head scissored, and now it's broken down with all 4 knockouts brawling.
Well, Tracy Brooks is able to break that up, and this allows Alyssa Flash to use her strength. Look at this power, but Sarita's like an escape artist. Unbelievable.
Flies over, small package, the roll-up, and she got the win again.
Unbelievable.
Your winners, Taylor Wilde and Sarita.
Oh, we talked about gunning for revenge after that post-match beatdown several weeks ago on Impact. And that's exactly what Sarita just gained. She gets another 3 count, another pin, and another win over Alyssa Flash to score the victory for her tag team.
I'm just so amazed, though, at how impressive all 4 ladies were. It was just a heated battle from the beginning, and you tip your hat to these two. You knew they were going to be exciting. You knew, wait a minute. I'll tell you what, Alyssa Flash and Tracy Brooks aren't done yet. They were posing a little too long in there, I think, for their... Whoa!
Tracy with the shot on Taylor Wilde. Alyssa Flash with the sit-out slam for Sarita. And while Sarita and Taylor Wilde, while they may have gotten the victory, look who's standing tall after the match. It's the Main Event Mafia's chosen one, Tracy and Alyssa Flash.
Well, they made sure they got the last word, and they made sure that Taylor Wilde and Sarita heard it.
What does a revolution look like? Why can they see it and you can't? Why can they recognize the old ways aren't enough? We realize that we are not doing enough. TNA has sounded the call, and the fans are answering. Together, we are creating a new kind of wrestling. This is the revolution. Are you ready? TNA Wrestling, cross the line.
Angelina Love, next week on Impact, there will be a huge 4-corner knockout match between you, Tara, Awesome Kong, and the person who pinned you in the middle of the ring last week, ODB.
Okay, really? Pinned me, Lauren? Really? Yeah, pinned me after her hillbilly Joe Bob boyfriend molested me. Okay, ew. I have been drinking mouthwash all week, and I'm pretty sure I need to get a tetanus shot. I mean, somebody help me around here, please. I don't know who's grosser, really, Cody Deaner or that reptile with like 18 legs that Tara's been running around with. Ugh.
You know what, Lauren? I'm sick of it. Sick of it. You know what? It's time for the beautiful people to do something about this. And we're going to start with Old Dirty Butch. You know what?
Yeah.
You've been running around here whining and crying. Oh, I can't get a title shot. Bah, bah, bah. You know what, Butch? You want one? Angelina will give you one.
Yeah, because I ain't scared, okay? And here's how we're going to do it. At Hard Justice, ODB, why don't you bring your little boy toy, Cody? And I'll bring my BFF, Velvet. And we're going to have a match. The beautiful people versus the homeless, dirty butt hillbillies. Okay, girls, let's keep fighting our good fight and keep taking the ugly out of TNA.
Ugly person out of flag.
Well, it appears that things have settled down a little bit outside the impact zone.
Hey, Kip, what the hell's going on around here, bro? Where have you been? It's like a big brawl around here. Now I gotta clean all the up.
But have they settled down? We'll find out. Stay tuned to Impact.
AJ Styles, with all that's been going on here tonight, it has to be a bit difficult for you to focus. However, a win over Matt Morgan tonight would put you in the main event at Hard Justice. Yeah. You, Kurt Angle, and Sting for the TNA World title.
That's right. I know it's like we're in a crazy house right now, like an insane asylum, you know what I mean? I mean, I've been here for 7 years, and I've never seen anything like this. But Lauren, as God is my witness, a meteor could hit this earth right now, and it still wouldn't take me off my focus of Matt Morgan. See, I'm one win away from being where I want to be, in the main event at Hard Justice. One and done.
Good luck.
Yes, TNA returns to pay-per-view on Sunday, August the 16th at Hard Justice, and this is the loaded lineup.
It'll be ODB with Cody Deaner versus Angelina Love with Velvet Sky by her side for the TNA Knockout Championship.
It's Beer Money versus the British Invasion for the IWGP New Japan Tag Team titles.
Brother Ray, Brother Devon of Team 3D are going to take on the Tag Team Champions, Booker T and Scott Steiner, for the Tag Team titles.
X Division title will be at stake when Samoa Joe goes one-on-one with the new champion Homicide.
And Kevin Nash gets a chance to get that Legends title back as he takes on Mick Foley.
And in our main event, the three-way TNA World Championship match. It's Kurt Angle defending against the Icon Sting and either the phenomenal AJ Styles or the Blueprint Matt Morgan. From earlier this week with Hernandez, let's take a look at Super Mex's history here in TNA.
I will always remember where I came from. My hands bear the burdens of a man who's worked his whole life to get ahead. I've busted my ass my whole life just to get a taste of success. Now that I know that taste, I will always hunger for more. My path to success wasn't paved in gold. It was littered with potholes. Each crater, another obstacle between me and my destiny. I will fight until my last breath to get to the top. And once there, I plan to stay. Nobody is going to deny me. I know this is true. It's my turn to soar to new heights. It's my turn to be on top. Mi nombre es Hernandez.
Hernandez, let's start off by having you tell us about your recent injury at the hands of the British invasion.
Well, to be honest, Mike, I really don't know too much about the British invasion. All I know is I've got attacked from behind, and I woke up a little bit later, told me I needed surgery on my neck, which was the C6 and C7. They had to fuse it. They took a part of a disc part out of my disc out here, and they fused it with a cadaver disc. And initial recovery time was supposed to be 6 months, and I was able to slash it out in half.
Yeah, pretty amazing. A quick recovery, to say the least. You know, in your time here in TNA, you've sort of been known as the soft-spoken giant. Not really a lot is known about you. What can you tell us about your background?
Well, to be honest, not a lot. Just my father was in the Army for over 30 years. He was a Green Beret, served 3 tours in Vietnam, basically Army brat, very athletic in school, played in college. I played 2 years in the Arena Football League, and lucky enough to get into wrestling now.
You know, several years ago, there was an incident involving Conan, where he attempted to burn the American flag. And I understand that there were major implications, ramifications, when it comes to your family life as a result of that.
Definitely, Mike. Like I said, my father was in the Army for 30 years. You know, he served 3 different tours in Vietnam, and he was very happy and proud that I was on television. And then when he saw the flag burning, just an attempt for a flag burning, and he refused not only to watch the show, actually to speak to me for a while, because, you know,
wow,
he's still that patriotic. Actually, when 2001, when the 9/11 happened, he's been retired since '85. He called and tried to see if he could re-enlist. So, I mean, he's very patriotic. So it was very, very huge problems in the house.
How's that relationship going these days?
He's coming around a little bit, but still, it's not as strong as it should be.
Let's talk about wrestling relationships. What's the state of your relationship with your LAX partner, Homicide?
Homicide, that's when I first started in TNA, we had LAX. Me, Conan, Homicide. We were all blood brothers, and we were going to take the world by storm, show everyone what Latino wrestling is all about. And unfortunately, with some different things happened, especially, you know, the flag burning incident was icing on the cake. They will always be my cardenales. They always will be. But unfortunately, you know, cardenales or mi familia, you know which way you have to go.
Talk a little bit more about the current state of that relationship with Homicide in terms of tag team wrestling and singles competition for both of you.
Well, I wish him nothing but the best in X Division. Hopefully, he wishes the same on me. We will be the tag champs again eventually. Just right now, we're on different roads. No matter what he thinks, he will always be my brother, no matter what he thinks.
You have any final words for our Spanish-speaking fans?
For all you out there, just want y'all to know this. Yo soy el elegido de la raza. I will be the TNA World Heavyweight Champion, te gusta or no.
I'm here with Homicide, the current TNA X Division champion. And Homicide, I have to ask you, what are your thoughts on what your partner said about you during his interview with Mike Tenay?
Here we go again with my partner, man. Nobody's talking about my partner right now. Right now, we're talking about this precious prize of this company, the X Division title of TNA. And guess who got it? The Notorious 187. So right now, my little snowflake, we ain't talking about my partner right now. Let's talk about something else. Samoa Joe. The Nation of Violence. Homie, you don't know nothing about the Nation of Violence. You can beat the Nation of Violence. We're talking about the Latino nation who's much stronger. And Taz is coming to TNA, and you the coach of Samoa Joe. Nah, man. Your boy spoke to me. Yeah, we from Brooklyn, but let me tell you something. A 187 is much stronger than a 13. So I want you to come to Hard Justice with Joe, because Joe, my partner, beat you, but I'm going to hurt you. So if I was you, you better polish your boots or whatever you do in Samoa, because this island boy from Puerto Rico and also from Brooklyn is going to hurt you. Latinos, we don't die, we multiply to live and die. 187.
Match number 2 in the best-of-3 series is up next. Here comes Matt Morgan. Get ready for the Blueprint versus AJ Styles.
If I wasn't a professional wrestler, what would I be doing? You know what? I think maybe I'd be a cop, because I watch a lot of cops on TV, and I'd really like to run down those guys who seem to be able to run a lot faster than our cops. I did play a lot of high school sports. I played football, and I done collegiate wrestling, and football was outside linebacker, fullback, and tailback, and then wrestled 152 my freshman and sophomore year, and 160 my junior and senior year. Top 5 video game classics, or, you know, not exactly classics, some are still great. First one's got to be Super Mario Brothers 2. I got that for Christmas. Oh, unbelievable. Castlevania, there's another great game. This is so hard, man. Metal Gear, all of them seem to be on the Nintendo Entertainment System, at least 3 of them. I'd say for the Super Nintendo, it was Street Fighter 2 when it came out. I rubbed my thumbs raw, so I put a Band-Aid over it and kept playing. That's how dedicated I am. What did I want to be when I grew up? Well, I thought I was going to be a professional football player, or maybe even a baseball or basketball. I should have stuck with baseball. I probably would have had more of the opportunity. But basketball, you know, of course, I'm short. I'm not that tall. So that's not going to work out. And you don't see too many short guys in basketball, luckily. Wrestling opened up an avenue for me. Wrestling has taken me all over the world, from Australia to Finland, Switzerland, Japan. I haven't been to South America. So I think we need to move down that way, see what we can do. I don't know, go to Chile or Argentina. Then get away from their soccer long enough, we can maybe have a wrestling show. The most important thing to me in life is that there's 3 things that I have in order. God first, family second, then the job finally comes in. The reason why I'm at TNA is because I put God first.
In anticipation of the second match in the best-of-3 series between AJ Styles and Matt Morgan, let's take you back to last week on Impact and review.
I mean, you talk about back and forth action. There was a point there where Matt Morgan used his strength to catapult AJ and just manhandling him at this point. But AJ Styles, so elusive with that quickness, always finds a way to turn things around. This devastating drop kick, and things started turning into his favor. And then, Mike, it was this 450 splash, hit to perfection. Unbelievable, and even Matt Morgan couldn't get up from that.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next contest on TNA Impact is match number 2 in the best-of-3 series. It is scheduled for 1 fall. Introducing first from Fairfield, Connecticut, the Blueprint, Matt Morgan.
When it comes to a must-win, pressure-packed situation, it's all on the shoulders of the Blueprint. After the loss to AJ Styles last week in match number 1 in the best-of-3 series, if Matt Morgan hopes to move into his first pay-per-view main event, if Matt Morgan wants to join Kurt Angle and Sting in the TNA World Heavyweight Championship match on August the 16th at Hard Justice, then defeat is not an option, but 2 straight victories is a must.
His opponent from Gainesville, Georgia, the phenomenal
Oh, we covered the pressure that the Blueprint Matt Morgan feels about this match, but such is not the case for the phenomenal AJ Styles. AJ took that must-win situation away with last week's victory. Now, the only Grand Slam champion in TNA's history needs just 1 win in the next 2 matches to see his name alongside Kurt Angle and the Icon Sting on the marquee at Hard Justice.
Mike, I look at this as a must-win situation for AJ Styles. The last thing he wants is for Matt Morgan to gain momentum, for Matt Morgan to get on a roll. And let me tell you, I was talking with Matt Morgan a lot about this. I mean, he considers himself the thinking man's wrestler. And he told me, he says he got beat mentally. That's what happened to him by AJ Styles. He has rewatched that match over 100 times, picking out every little detail of what he did wrong. He said he is so prepared that he's never been more ready for a matchup than he is right here tonight to try to get this first victory in this best-of-3 series.
If you recall from last week, we talked about the inherent advantages for both Morgan and Styles. The Blueprint, it's got the size, the power, the height and weight edge. But at the same time, what we saw last week in the victory for AJ Styles was that quickness that you mentioned, the overall speed, the agility as it's on display right here, and also the experience edge in terms of this big-time, high-pressure, high-profile match. That's on AJ's side as well.
Boy, he just was trying to rely too much on his strength, that great advantage that he has, and he forgot to look at the strengths that AJ Styles has. You can see AJ realizes that going right for the leg right from the start. I mean, that's one way you bring Matt Morgan down, but look at that, the extension that Matt Morgan gets with those long legs.
Oh, and as soon as AJ gets back up to his feet, he is decked again with another clothesline, and you see the reaction of AJ Styles to that clothesline right into the chest and right into the throat, the windpipe area, and it has dazed him. It's totally taken him out of his game.
Matt Morgan a few months ago might have lost his focus, but you can see tonight he's totally focused, and here goes those elbow pads. Once they come off, those elbows go right to the head, and look at those shots, one right after another.
Yeah, from the right, from the left. We talked about AJ being dazed before that, and he is in trouble right here as Morgan takes his 300-pound frame, squashes him in the corner, almost dares him to get back to his feet, and when he doesn't, he pulls him up and sets for a side slam, and instead of the slam, he just dumps him down. And, well, I mean, to be down 0-1 in a best-of-3 series, this guy's showing a lot of cockiness and a lot of confidence.
It may look a little nonchalant to the untrained eye, but what it is here, it's just his way of getting into AJ's head to let him know that he's not going to be intimidated. He does what he wants to do, and AJ Styles is in no man's land here. And look at this. Whoa! All the way across the ring.
Wow, the fall-away slam combined with the impact of Morgan tossing him overhead, and AJ lands on his lower back, right on his tailbone that time, and you can see that the Blueprint is right on him. Maybe not so cocky and so nonchalant now. And again, trying to take his wind away, putting his throat right across that top steel cable. And here comes the Blueprint right for him, and there's all of his weight right across his back.
Now you can see he's favoring that left leg. You can see that AJ's attack on it earlier did have an effect, but you know, you were talking about the cockiness and it's confidence to me, Mike. He's showing unbelievable confidence here. Even with the leg in pain, he's not lost his game plan.
Think about what the Blueprint has been. Oh, my. Just out of camera range, Don, as we were looking at the monitors, and I didn't see that move coming. What a vicious, violent leg drop. Rolls him in, leads to the pin, but AJ kicks out. I was just going to bring up Matt Morgan's position when it comes to the main event Mafia. He's been vying to get a position, a coveted position with Kurt Angle and company. Can you imagine what Angle would say if he goes back to the locker room having lost 2 straight matches to AJ Styles? He's got him throttled right here.
He'll be done. His chances of getting in the main event Mafia will be over. He knows that. And take a look at that. Look at the quickness that he just showed. He knows how important it is. Wow. Oh, AJ, though.
Yeah, you talked about Morgan's quickness. Instead, it was Styles who outquicks him and connects with the kick.
What a punch. You can see AJ bringing a little extra now. He realized how in trouble he was, that Matt Morgan was doing whatever he wanted, and now he's trying to dictate the action.
Styles able to get the boots up. That's the first step, but then Morgan just shrugs him off, tosses him away. Clothesline misses. Pele doesn't. Here we go. Pin, 2, no.
Unbelievable that he can hit that move on a 7-footer like Matt Morgan. That just shows you the kind of athlete that AJ Styles is. But here's something. I've seen him pin so many people with that Pele. Who he couldn't pin was Matt Morgan right there at that moment.
You saw his immediate reaction, the eye contact made with referee Slick Johnson, and he said, really? Just 2? AJ outside. Gonna go high risk here, and AJ headed up to the top. That allows Morgan to get back up to his feet, recover, come across. Styles outquicks him again. Outside in shoulder block. AJ goes for the knee of the blueprint, and I think Morgan may have twisted it when he was trying to avoid the contact.
Well, AJ Styles had a game plan, and he's sticking to it, and it's working. Oh, he looked like he was gonna go for a 450 again. Realized in midair it wasn't gonna work. As this guy gets up to his feet now, Matt Morgan just put his neck right on the top rope with unbelievable force.
Just slingshot style that time. Throat first.
Here
Gonna
we
go
go.
elevator. Takes the time. Could this be it? Could this even up the series? Got it with the elevator.
It's over. 1, 2, 3.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match, tying the series, the Blueprint, Matt Morgan.
What an impressive victory for the Blueprint, Matt Morgan. And all of a sudden, as he makes the signal right there, we know that the series, the best of 3 between Morgan and Styles, it's even at 1-1. And our move of the match is sponsored by Quiznos. Buy one featured sub, get a second for $1. Go to Quiznos for details.
Well, you can see the move of the match right here. First, this leg drop that just stunned him, and then here it was, the elevator. And AJ Styles couldn't recover from that, and the confidence of Matt Morgan is rising every single second as he knows next week he's got a shot. He's one match away from being in that main event.
And that's what we will determine next week on Impact. Who goes to hard justice in the world title match? AJ Styles or Matt Morgan?
You better watch your step when you're walking away.
You better watch those eyes, 'cause mention the bay. You better watch the way.
Update us on the fallout from that earlier absolutely wild, out-of-control riot. Let's send it to the back in JB.
Whoa, Kurt, where are you going? What, Kevin left, Joe left, Booker left, now you're leaving too? Is this a retreat? What are you doing?
Retreat? No, man. Look what's happened. This thing's gotten outrageous. For the cops to get involved, come on, man. The Main Event Mafia, we got families. It's better for us to just leave and sleep it off, man.
So that's it. You're bailing. You're going. This? What the heck? What are you doing?
It's this whole $50,000 bounty thing with Dr. Stevie. I don't know who to trust. I don't know who my friends are. I don't know who's going to try and take advantage of this opportunity. Lauren's the only one I can trust. JB, you're not going to try and collect the bounty, are you?
Well, $50,000 is a lot of money, man, but I would never do that in a million years.
To be best friends, JB.
I know. We're good friends.
So what's behind your back?
Hammer. It's your regular hammer, you know.
JB.
You never know when we're going to need a hammer.
We're supposed to be boys. What happened a couple weeks ago, huh?
Man, I'm sorry about that. I'm really sorry about that. I just lost control of my mind. I wanted Dr. Stevie so bad. I'm sorry.
You threw Jay into a fence, ran me into a dumpster, almost split my face open.
I apologize to both of you guys. If Jay was here right now,
Come on, Andre! Come on! Hey, Green! Dr. Isaac Yakum said 50,000! Come on! Whoa. Come on, Andre! Oh, my gosh! Andre, no! Andre!
Almighty, I can't stand this. I can't stand it. I can't stand this.
Man, they are coming out of the woodwork to try and take that bounty.
Let's face it, Dr. Stevie's offer of $50,000 has gotten into a business head.
What does a revolution look like? Why can they see it and you can't? Why can they recognize the old ways aren't enough? We realize that we are not doing enough. TNA has sounded the call, and the fans are answering. Together, we are creating a new kind of wrestling. This is the revolution. Are you ready? TNA Wrestling, cross the line.
The Icon is up next. Sting makes his in-ring return to Impact in our main event.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your TNA Impact feature contest. It is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, accompanied to the ring by Doug Williams and Big Rob, representing the British Invasion and World Elite, one half of the IWGP Tag Team Champions from the UK, Brutus Magnus!
Now that the riot has been controlled, Brutus Magnus faces the toughest test of his career against the Icon Sting. I'm curious if he suffered any damage during that out-of-control brawl.
his opponent from Venice Beach, California, this is the Icon!
We saw the physical beating that Sting suffered at the hands of Samoa Joe back at Victory Road. For me, it was cause for concern when it came to the Icon's well-being. But then we saw his surprise appearance at the conclusion of last week's Impact show that may have tilted things in the favor of Mick Foley as he became the TNA Legends champion. But after seeing Sting's involvement in that riot from earlier tonight, looks to me like the Icon is back, and he is going to be 100% when he steps into the ring August the 16th at Hard Justice as 1/3 of our main event, our TNA World Heavyweight Championship match, as Sting is one of the two challengers against Kurt Angle. We still don't know if it's going to be AJ Styles or Matt Morgan as the third participant.
You made a good point, Mike. You made a good point. He sure looked 100% when he was wielding that garbage can. Wait a minute. Slick Johnson, I think he just kicked out the British invasion. They weren't doing anything. They just came down here to... I mean, this is unbelievable.
Well, Big Rob
they gotta do something before you kick him out, don't they?
Big Rob still has Hernandez Feast or Fired world title case. And how about Sting? He's got a game plan. He's got a strategy as he has brought his trademark black baseball bat that you see referee Slick Johnson taking out of the ring. And I think he brought that along because he knew that when you face Brutus Magnus, you also have to contend with Big Rob and Doug Williams as well.
Well, it also shows you that there's a set of rules for Sting and there's a set of rules for everybody else. If Sting doesn't want you hanging around ringside, guess what? The referee kicks you out. It's just amazing the treatment that this guy gets. I mean, listen, I know he's earned it and he deserves everything that he's done in life, but I mean, to kick the British invasion out for not doing anything was just going a little too far.
Sting in the corner, unloading on Magnus, going to send him for the ride. High hip toss, bounces him across the ring, and the standing drop kick, that's right on target, and so is that clothesline. That baby's on the money, and Magnus decides that he's going to roll out to the floor and try and regroup and stop this offensive onslaught from the Icon.
Well, I think it's obvious to everyone that Brutus Magnus isn't 100%. Obviously, he got hurt really bad in that brawl as everybody was ganging up on him. I mean, this is a tough situation. I mean, this is a guy that he told me was his idol as a kid. I mean, this is Sting. He dreamed of this matchup, and to have to be able to go in there not 100%, just not the right way.
Yeah, when it comes to experience, edge, it's all on the side of Sting. Magnus tries to bag off. Sting feeding off the crowd, doubles him over with the boot. Gonna shoot him across, but the quick reversal by Magnus, and he caught Sting unaware with the knee. European uppercut rocked him. Here comes Magnus off the ropes, and the elbows right on the chest.
Well, this is the best thing for him. Just get himself in the action.
Whoa.
Takes the leg out of Sting. You got to treat him just like anybody else. I mean, you're looking at the future in this business here in Brutus Magnus.
Complexion of this match totally switches in favor of Brutus Magnus. Is he going to be able to maintain control against the Icon Sting in our Impact main event? On a night that we will never forget for many reasons, including that out-of-control riot, we return to our Impact main event. British Invasion's Brutus Magnus is still in charge. He's got the Icon Sting in trouble until that kick.
Well, it was just good that cooler heads prevailed, that Kurt Angle had the intestinal fortitude to leave the building and take the main event mafia so that nobody got hurt.
With that right hand from Magnus, wake-up call, Sting blocks, answers back. Couple of shots, and a big shot to the top of the head with that right hand. Magnus sent reeling, shot out of the corner, directly across. Here he goes! Stinger splash, but he got caught with a boot.
How about that, though? Brutus Magnus just stood there and let Sting come to him. Oh, no.
And he goes right into the Scorpion.
Mistake.
He can turn it over and sit down with this move. It's his patented submission, and there it is.
Rookie
Scorpion
mistake.
deathlock applied.
Yeah, that's just one of those rookie mistakes, Mike. I don't think there's any way he gets out of it. Sting's got it planted. Yeah, if he taps out, you got to do it.
Here's your winner, the Icon Sting!
The second that Brutus Magnus came off the ropes, he committed that he was airborne, and Sting, the veteran, took advantage. Caught him in midair, slapped on the Scorpion deathlock, And the tap-out win, the result. The Icon victorious as he heads to Hard Justice. And what Kurt Angle has termed as his final shot, his last shot at the World Heavyweight title. And Magnus comes at Sting again. And watch Sting unload with the offense.
I'll tell you, another mistake he made was he started screaming before he attacked Sting. Sting could hear him and just reacted. And
World Elite!
World Elite! And they're running to the ring.
Here come the troops, and as every member of World Elite gets inside the six-sided ring, they get taken down by Sting. Confrontation with Eric Young avoided, and then Big Rob gets a right hand from the Icon, and out from behind, here they come. Here's the gang tactics of World Elite.
Well, you have to do that. They were trying to hit him one-on-one. You got to use the numbers game if you're going to prove your point, and that's exactly what the World Elite is doing. Look at them. They're unified, and they're teaching Sting a lesson.
Yeah, unified, because it's 6-on-1 at this point. I mean, the man has absolutely no chance. British Invasion, the Sheik, Kiyoshi, with Eric Young cheerleading.
Well, they were coming in to get Brutus Magnus to take him out, and Sting started attacking him as soon as they entered the ring.
Bobby Lashley! Bobby Lashley and Mick Foley from the back.
Oh, man, I thought half these people left the building. It looks like it's back on. Look at Bobby Lashley. He's just taking everybody out. And here comes Mick Foley. Unreal. It's all starting again.
The Legends champion Mick Foley, the MMA superstar, the undefeated MMA superstar, and World Heavyweight Wrestling champion Bobby Lashley just destroying World Elite.
Well, they know that the Main Event Mafia's left the building, so they know that there's nobody to stop them.
Well, the Main Event Mafia left the building, my ass. Here comes Kurt Angle. Here comes Samoa Joe. And here comes Scott Steiner.
Well, that just shows you what a great mastermind Kurt Angle is. He had everybody thinking. He had Bobby Lashley and Foley thinking that he left. And they come in and get him by surprise. And now they're dealing. Look at Kurt Angle take it to Lashley and Steiner and Joe to Foley.
What we are viewing, this is the result of that deal that was struck earlier between Eric Young of World Elite, Kurt Angle of the Main Event Mafia. We talked about the strength in numbers, and that strength is on display right before your very eyes.
Well, if Mick Foley and Bobby Lashley hadn't come out here, the Main Event Mafia wouldn't have got involved. They're going to have nobody to blame but themselves. And look at Booker T. Everybody getting a shot at Lashley.
And not only Booker T, but Kevin Nash has joined as well. And there's nobody left to help Sting, Mick Foley, and Bobby Lashley. They're at the mercy of World Elite and the Main Event Mafia.
Well, wait a minute. That's Hernandez, and look at this. He's wielding that giant chain.
Oh, the big man, Supermax, he wasn't here for that riot earlier, but just in the nick of time, here comes Hernandez with the steel chain. And you see how quickly the Main Event Mafia and World Elite just threw it in reverse.
Well, they have to. That's a smart move. The last thing you want to do is get hit by that giant chain and have your career ended. I mean, there's a time and a place, and if Hernandez is going to bring that in there, the place is to get out of that ring.
What a show of strength against World Elite and the Main Event Mafia as Hernandez joins Mick Foley, the Icon Sting, and Bobby Lashley, turning this in TNA's favor.
I have never seen a night like this in all my life. Everybody and their brother was involved in a brawl, and it continued on here to the end. I'll never forget this. Unbelievable things right now going on at TNA.
My God, the battle lines have been drawn. Main Event Mafia, World Elite. You wanted a war? You got a war.
TNA Wrestling. Cross the line.